The Houston Rockets may have just had the greatest draft in their franchise history. Not only were they able to go out and select their future franchise point guard in Amen Thompson, they were also able to go out and grab a top 5 player on my board and at least a top 5 player or top 10 player on basically everybody else's board in Cam Whitmore with the 20th overall pick. And then, they go along with the core of Alperen Sengun, Jalen Green. This is looking like a team that in 5 years might be the best in the NBA, potentially dethroning the Nuggets. So make sure to like button and leave me a comment, as well as sticking around till the end of the video. Also, you see the numbers there. They speak for themselves. Hit the subscribe button. What are y'all doing? 97% of the audience is not subscribed, so just go hit the subscribe button. It's not that hard. But yeah, the huge winners of this draft were the Houston Rockets. At number 4, they were able to go out and get Amen Thompson, 6'7", elite playmaker out of the Overtime Elite League. I get, he wasn't playing the best comp. He wasn't really playing any comp. I mean, look at number 21. I mean, come on now. No disrespect to him, but an elite defender as well. He's going to be a point of attack defender for the Houston Rockets from day one alongside Jalen Green, and they can kind of hide Jalen Green a little bit because you'll have both Amen Thompson and Tari Eason to be guarding the two best perimeter players on the other team, and then he can also facilitate very well, which is what I like about this pick, because look at the amount of young shot makers that the Houston Rockets have. Amen's going to be dishing it out to all of these guys. He might not even have to score double figures a game. He can just average 20 assists with all the dudes around him. Cam Whitmore, steal at 20. Like I said, I was high on Cam Whitmore. I had him at number 5. But the fact that he went all the way down to 20, rumored to have some bad interviews and stuff, but super athletic, 6'7" wing. I mean, he can jump out of the gym. You go watch the highlights. There's probably a 4-minute highlight video of him just dunking on dudes at Villanova, and he was only there for 1 year. He's also a very tough shot maker. Some of the three-point shots that he makes are just extremely tough. Now, of course, that is a bit of a double-edged sword because then you get into the bad shot selection, but Cam Whitmore at 20, huge steal of the draft, without a doubt. Now, this does bring into question the Kevin Porter Jr. role. He could be the odd man out here, but if I'm the Rockets, I'm definitely keeping him long term. 19.2 points a game, 5.7 assists, and 5.3 rebounds a night for him. He had a good year last year, still very young, but 44% from the field, 37% from 3, and 1.4 steals. Now, you look at the stats, and you might be like, why in the world would you not start him? But I think, for Kevin Porter Jr. at 3.2 turnovers a game, he's not going to be the franchise point guard. He doesn't really take care of the ball. It's either going to have to be a trade. I really like him in that 6-man role. That's where I feel like he's fit in the best all along because he doesn't really fit into the same backcourt as Jalen Green. Or they move him to the small forward spot, but I feel like you move him to the bench and let him cook off the bench. Let him be that 6-man role and come in and get buckets. Now you see the blueprint for this Houston Rockets squad. Head coach Ime Udoka spent a lot of time with the Boston Celtics, and they had their best year when he was the head coach, grooming these two wings into perennial All-NBA guys. Well, the Rockets have a few of those guys that I think could be groomed as well. You talk about Cam Whitmore. I don't think he's going to start from day one, but he's going to be an impactful player from day one. You got Tari Eason from he came from LSU last year in the draft, 9.3 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist a game, but he didn't really play that many minutes this year, only about 22 a game. He shot at 45% from the field, averaged 1.2 steals. Now 34% from 3, that is a bit questionable. That's not what you're looking for, but Tari Eason, the per 36 numbers are through the roof. He's going to be 22 years old going into next year. If you can get that offense a little better, he's already an elite defender. I like it a lot there. And then Jabari Smith Jr., guy that averaged 13 a game last year, 7 rebounds. He was number 1 on my big board last year. I thought the Rockets got a steal with him at number 3, but he shot at 41% from the field, 31% from 3, and 1 block this year. So I think that having Ime Udoka on the staff is really going to help develop this man. That's probably the best possible situation for him from a coaching standpoint. I mean, he's Tatum and Kevin Durant at 6'11", with that release point. I mean, he's looking good. I think that if they develop him a little bit more, he can be an All-NBA type talent. Now, baby Jokic, Alperen Sengun, 15 points a game, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Another guy like Jokic, I mean, That's Walmart Jokic numbers, but he is still super young, and he is the closest thing I feel like we have to Jokic, except he's a little bit more athletic. 1 steal and 1 block. Of course, we all love Jokic's incredibly unathletic highlight tapes of him dunking while getting about 6 inches off the floor. 55% from the field, 34% from 3 on 1 attempt this year for Sengun. I think, he's going to continue to progress. Maybe not into the points category, but, if he can average 16, 17 points a game, get 10 rebounds and average 10 assists, average a little triple-double, Nikola Jokic-like, he's still super young like you just saw. I think the ceiling is the roof, in Michael Jordan's words, for Alperen Sengun right there. Now, a breakout candidate for Jalen Green here. I think, 22 points a game, 3.7 rebounds, and 3.7 assists. You might look at that and say, hey, he probably broke out a little bit last year, but the efficiency was just not there. 42% from the field, 34% from 3. Pretty much shot chucking. The Rockets won 22 games, I think, and there was a reason. I mean, they were bad. They had some bad habits offensively as well. Big numbers, but bad efficiency there last year. That's what I'm looking for this year, is the efficiency to really step up a bit and him to be, just 46, 47% from the field, maybe 37, 38% from 3. That'd be nice. Now, looking at the lineup next year, another thing that is nice, you've got Amin Thompson running the floor. Amin Thompson and Tari Eason, 2 elite point-of-attack defenders. That's going to be fun to watch. Tari can also defend the paint as well. And then you got Sengun, Jabari Smith Jr., and Jalen Green. That's your offense. And Amin leading the break. He's going to be dishing it out to those 3 guys. I feel like it just works better because the roles are very much more defined here than if, say, Kevin Porter Jr. was at the point guard spot. Less mouths to feed. I mean, Tari, he might get you 12, 13 a game, but it's not going to be ISO, step back jumper. Same thing with Amin. He might get you 12, 13 a game, but they're all going to be, high percentage looks closer to the basket. And then Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, that's where you get your ISO 3-point shots. And then, well, really, Sengun is another facilitator in the paint. So Amin and Sengun being your 2 facilitators, I really like that lineup, and I think it can make some noise under head coach Ime Udoka in the Western Conference. And then the benches, it's good as well. I like Kevin Porter Jr. in this role as a 6th man, and then KJ Martin as the 7th man. KPJ can come in and he can just do his thing. He can cook. He can still go get 20 points a game off the bench. We've seen it done before. Lots of times, actually. It's actually pretty common in today's NBA for a guy to get 15 to 20 points a game off the bench. Cam Whitmore, expecting him to have an exciting rookie season. They still got Jayshawn Tate there playing kind of that glue guy role. If there is a big hole on this team, it's wing depth and experience, and it's a backup center spot because I'm not sure if they're comfortable rocking with Usman Garuba at the backup center spot, which brings us to our free agency wish list. They do have a good amount of money in cap space, so their team needs right now a backup center and some veteran wings. If they can bring in 1 veteran wing and a good backup center that can protect the rim a little bit, I think this is not a playoff team, but they're pushing for a play-in spot. This is a team that is ready to roll, given they bring in the right wing and given they bring in the right backup center. This is a team that's ready to go. And I'm really looking forward to the future of Houston Rockets basketball right now, especially with the new head coach, Ime Udoka. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. That is why the Houston Rockets are the biggest winner of the 2023 NBA Draft. Make sure to like button and hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications. We're doing NBA offseason content all offseason long. This is the place to be. But yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.